It's still, I enjoy doing this job because it's something which it's running in my passion that I need to do something for the society. And out there, people definitely are looking forward for some beautiful information. So in that way, it's a blessing for me that I'm here alive on this planet Earth, that I'm able to share whatever little drop of knowledge which I am having. But as usual, every week the situation is, what topic am I going to speak? Can you believe the 42 weeks, different 42 topics I have already spoken? And it is the divine blessing and the divine guidance that I'm able to come up with a new topics. But today, suddenly, yesterday, it just popped up that I need to connect the pendulum and the journey of water. So in that way, it has been a beautiful journey for me, so that I'm able to give you the best of whatever knowledge I have acquired. Now, saying that, this episode of number 42 with the pendulum concept of water is something which popped up, and I have prepared the slides, and I hope that this will be able to tickle your brain, and then you all should be able to move forward and then probably pick up some beautiful information, which I think every week we are all doing the same thing. And whatever best possible, I pass it on, and then you all pick up this knowledge and use it in your day-to-day life. Now, the moment we say pendulum, we all know we have our grandfather clock at home, and with the pendulum, Now, what happens is, you just imagine yourself that this particular pendulum, if it doesn't move, what would be the situation? What happens? It will be just stagnant. That means the clock will not move. Number one. Number two is, if the pendulum has to move, it has been made in such a way that it moves left and right, not forward and backward. It's always on the left and right. And the moment it starts moving, now what happens is the clock starts moving. Now, have you ever seen the clock stopping on its own unless your battery is gone, unless the key winding mechanism has completed its whatever the winding capacity? The pendulum stops, and then automatically the watch stops. So in that way, when you look at our life also, this particular grandfather clock is really conveying a lot of information which is correlated with our journey of life, and then water becomes a part of our life. It is. So it was a beautiful concussion. I could blend it across, and then bring out this, so that you can look life from a different perspective, because life has been the same monotonous for many people, and many of you are down there are living a life, I would say. Just imagine that the pendulum is not moving, the clock is stopped. So what does it mean? That means it is stagnating. So in your life, if by chance that is happening, you need to start moving forward. So what exactly is that in our life? The day we are born, the pendulum starts moving for us, right? That means our life journey moves, whether you like it or not. We are supposed to live on this planet Earth. Until when? Until we pass away from this beautiful earth. Until that time, we have to go on, move on. That means the pendulum goes on left and right, left and right. It has to move. Now, without the pendulum moving, we can't move in our life. That means without the moment of life, we all cannot move. That means every moment of life is like the pendulum coming in and going on, coming in and going on. But the truth is, in life, very important, truth is, never in life the same situation, please note, the same situation comes back. It is only one time. The same way, if at all, for example, I'm going to talk to you today, the 18th of September, there is a situation which is happening for you. Now, do you think that in your life, in the future, will happen the same time? Even if it is going to happen the same, maybe even if I'm going to talk the same topic, but the day will be different. For example, next year, 18th of September, but it will be 2022. It will be different. Now, in that way, there will be a lot of changes out there in the atmosphere, climatic variation. That time, probably it might be heavily raining or sunny day. So what's happening in reality of life is, we all will move forward. And no two situations, because many a times you would have noticed that we'll be saying this particular dialogue to the, especially our children, don't repeat the same mistake again and again, or you be careful, I went through life like this, or probably you had some difficult time where you lost a lot of money. So what happens is that fear factor will tell the same situation to everybody, saying, especially your children, that be careful, the same. But in reality, no way. What problem you faced is your problem. What problem your child or anybody else is, it's different. So if by chance you are repeating or you are facing the same problem, probably today you face some problem, and then maybe after 6 months you're facing the same problem, that means you did not learn anything from this particular problem or the situation. That is why it is repeated once again for you to learn. It's a very simple concept. Your life will teach you to learn. The moment you're learning, you will not come back or face the same situation. But in that situation, you need to understand that every moment of life, you need to be very careful in handling your life so that you get the best out of that situation. Pick up the best of that situation. Do not start comparing, complaining. And when you start doing that, you get into a very unfavorable mode. The moment you're in an unfavorable mode, definitely you can never come back to a favorable mode of benefit for your own self. It's ultimately benefit for your own self. What exactly are you getting the benefit out of the situation? Whether it's an accident, whether it's something. See, even it can be someone passing away with our close people in this COVID situation. Out there, you might have lost your, your loved ones, your friends, or something would have happened. But what did you learn from that? There is one thing you would have learned. Number one, every human being are born, they will die one day. That is number one. Number two, if by chance you had something for that particular person to do and you didn't do it, and the person moves away or passes away, what happens? You will regret in life that, hey, I should have done this. If I had done this, it would have been no so nice. So what happened? What is the message you are getting is you should live in the moment of life, and what has to be done at that moment has to be done, cannot be postponed. So this is a very important message we all need to learn. Now, always when you look at in life, the yin and the yang, okay, there is something always a positive side and a negative side. Always we have been given an example, it's a coin wherein it has two sides. Okay, two sides of the same coin. Our life journey also more or less will be the same. We can't be totally only on the positive side, or we can't be totally in the negative side. We have to come out and balance ourselves and then start benefiting both the positive or the negative. Now what happens is, when you're looking at a favorable or unfavorable, I always use this word favorable and unfavorable because it's much more beautiful, and the vibration of this word is much more positive, and it gives you a positive vibration around you. So favorable and unfavorable. If it is a favorable situation, many times as human beings, what happens? We are all very happy. If it is unfavorable, we are unhappy. This is what happens. Like, for example, in this COVID situation, when the lockdown was there, of course, there were a lot of people who were very unhappy with the situation. But do you know there were a lot of people who are very happy? Just think of yourself. Food Panda or the courier companies. Don't you think they were making millions? But at the same time, when you look at the guys from the airline industries, how much of losses they have been going. It's on the unfavorable side. But whatever the situation, everybody have to go through. Someone has to get the benefit, someone doesn't have to get the benefit. But even if you're not going to get the benefit, what are you doing? How calm are you? How are you able to handle the situation? Being calm, if you can get food for the day and you have a shelter to live and you have a clothes to wear, is good enough. What else you want? You're breathing in and breathing out. Amazing. That's the best God's benefit. But imagine you need an oxygen, 10 liters of oxygen per minute or 20 liters, whatever it is, but you need an oxygen support. You don't get an oxygen. What will happen? You may have the money all in your bank, but what is the use? You cannot buy it. That's what is real life. So what you need to do is, we all need to understand that the life journey has to move along whether we like it or not. And many times, this is something you all would have faced it, especially in your business, especially you would have faced it. Many times you try to push things out of your life. That means out of our life. But like a pendulum, it is coming back. It will come back to you. So in that way, what does it mean? What it means is you have not learned the lesson in life. If you learn the lesson, of course, it will be a new situation. The same pendulum, of course, it goes and comes back, but it will come and give you another beautiful situation. And in the same way, if you are in a situation where you're going to talk about terahertz water to your friend or to your acquaintance, what happens is you can't be pushing too much to them, because many times their understanding and their concept of living will be totally different. You would have got the best of drinking the terahertz water, but that doesn't mean that because you got the benefit, the other person also should get the benefit. No doubt your intention is very good, it's appreciated, but the same thing may not be from the other person. They might have some financial difficulty, they might have something, even a person with I would say, defending attitude. Many of them out there are defending attitude. The moment you tell something is good, they will first think is it network marketing or multi-level marketing? The moment they know it is a multi-level marketing, immediately the first thing is no, 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 I don't want it. They are not interested in it. Even though you might be telling, hey, one of the best benefits you can get by drinking this water, and the benefits of entering into the business module. There are a lot of things we can talk about the positive side of it. But because these beautiful souls would have gone through in life, lost money and lost their health also. See, many people would have tried many multivitamins and the products out there in the market, but at the end of the day, things would have gone wrong. And if it had gone wrong and he goes to a hospital and the doctor asks, hey, what supportive supplements you took, they will say, okay, I took this, any brand. Immediately the doctor will say, hey, look, you shouldn't have taken this. This is what has caused the problem for you. So in that way, we will be facing situations where it may not be favorable for them. But let me tell you, until you have the right intentions with the right timing, very important, the right timing, everything will start falling in place. So when you're looking at, you need to convey the message, especially it should be unconditional and it should be filled with full of love and compassion to the fellow human being to whom you are recommending. And the recommendation should be in such a way that they should feel that you are concerned about their health, you're concerned about their financial situation, and you want to help them. But at the end of the day, there is a situation where you want to help them, but they don't want the help. That's on one side. On the other side, you want to help them, but they do pick it up and something goes wrong in their journey of life. Now, who is responsible for all this? Now, this is where we all need to understand that we need to take the journey so beautifully in an understanding that we have to handle every situation of life very, very cautiously and judiciously. We have to see that we balance ourselves in any given situation. The pendulum, of course, it's giving us a lot of information as to what exactly is our life. Now, when you look at this beautiful clock, the life journey is basically the clock on the top, and the pendulum is the moment of life. So life moves only when the pendulum moves. It's something like that. So whether you like it or not, the moment the pendulum starts moving, the clock will start moving. You cannot tell the clock, especially the small wing and the bigger wing, hey, don't move from 2 o'clock, don't go to 3 o'clock, or the bigger one, do not go around, from 1 to the 12. You cannot tell that, because the moment of the pendulum has started moving. The same way, you need to understand that you are born as a human being. The pendulum will not stop until you are no more on this planet Earth. Now, when you are going to be no more on this planet Earth, nobody knows. After finishing your journey here, where you are going, nobody knows. But the moment of life is so important in this period of journey of life that you need to accept the pendulum concept, that it has to go once on the left side, once on the right side. It has to go, but it has to come in the middle. At one time, it has to be in the middle. Whether you are happy, come back to the middle. Whether you are unhappy, come back to the middle. So the pendulum is conveying a message there also, that you need to neutralize the situation. You can't be overdoing things and then making it happen. But at the end of the day, it will push you back to the same neutral stage. It will push you back, because that's what is a life. So what is a pendulum giving us a message to us? Our life moves with positive and negative situation, whether we like it or not. As I told you, what was a positive situation in this COVID time? Food Panda was doing very well. The food, especially the courier companies were doing very well. There are a lot of companies which has been doing very well, especially at this moment of time. But there are a lot of other companies which totally closed down, totally closed down. Like if you're looking at hair salons, there were many hair salons just closed down because they couldn't manage for 3 months, closing it down totally. They were even including restaurants, they couldn't manage, they have closed down. So there has been a negative situation, but life moves on, whether for you or for the other person, it moves on. But in that difficult situation, how do you understand? So in that way, the duality of life comes in. The duality is what? You will have a ups and downs of life. There will be good and the bad. That is what is duality. So whether you like it or not, one side people will be born, one side people will be dying. I think you all must be knowing that per day, the number of people we are born is exponential. The rate at which, I think now it is almost 7.5 billion population. It's increasing like no man's business, especially in the time of COVID. Also, babies are born. People are busy doing what they are supposed to do, and they are so busy that they are producing. Because at the end of the day, they don't understand that it's not a big thing for you to produce a child. What's a big thing you're doing? What kind of hard work are you doing? Nothing. It just happens, that's it. But do you really need to bring another beautiful soul onto this planet Earth? And the kind of situation, the kind of pollution, the kind of the journey we are all going, what kind of life are we living? So we need to understand first, how do we want to live? So once you understand that life is so beautiful that we need to, so when that is a situation, what kind of child do you want in your in your journey? You need to decide whether you're going to produce one child or whether you're going to produce 10 child. It doesn't make difference. But if you're going to produce 10 child at this kind of juncture of time, what is happening? It is going to be a difficult situation for those beautiful children who are born, but at the end of the day, they are going to go through the difficult time. It is not you. So in that way, what we need to understand is this ups and down, people born, dying, it is there and nobody can avoid this. If nobody can avoid this, and this is what is the journey of life we are all going to walk through, what do we understand? We need to understand that definitely there has to be something. Now the question is, what is that water has to do with the pendulum, isn't it? This is what everybody would have been wondering, and you all will be thinking, this doctor, you must be gone case. Like he's giving different topics, but how is he connecting with it? But for this, I didn't do anything. It all just happened, and then I put up into the. Now, if you look at the situation down here, when there is a water is less, also there is a problem, and there is water more, also there is a problem. Yes or no? As you're seeing here, the small water molecule, the bigger water molecule. Small water molecule is more easier for a. See, there is always a benefit of goodness in everything. If the small molecule is there, at least it is able to penetrate inside yourself. But on the other side, if it is a bigger molecule, what difference does it make? Yes, it does make a difference. Maybe the absorption may not be good, but at the end of the day, out there, uh, people who may not even have a drinking water, and if you're going to talk to them about, hey, come on, Law, you need to drink all the 7.6 hertz water, to be terahertz, and then you can have cellular. They will say, hello, sir, please give me water first to drink. Forget about the molecular size. It doesn't make a difference, because out there, definitely there are a lot of people having that situation where they don't even have drinking water to, for their day-to-day living. But water is for your existence, you need to have. So in that way, when you look at the water, the pendulum, what it is telling, if it is goes this side also is a problem, if it goes this side also, it is a problem. Now there's one very beautiful situation here. Even if your brain, just the brain I'm talking, gets 1% of water less, 1% of water less, you're likely to have 5% decrease in the cognitive and the brain function. Is that a lot? Yes, it is a lot. Just imagine you're dehydrated and you're driving the vehicle. Where you're supposed to apply the brakes, you will give an accelerator and the vehicle, you will meet with an accident. This is what will happen. So cognitive function is basically understanding the outer environment, and you need to balance accordingly. Now imagine God's creation, just one person can give you this problem. And in the whole world, you and I you find it difficult to even drink basic required amount of water, because in and out in my practice I see invariably when I ask people how much of water you're drinking, they will say half a liter, 1 liter, until a day when doctors will suddenly tell you, hey, look, your kidneys is not functioning properly, there is a problem. But everybody is thinking only when you have a diabetes you will have a kidney failure, or if you have a blood pressure you will have a kidney failure, or only when you have a cancer or something, some major diseases, you will have kidney failure. But the problem is kidney is one of the most beautiful function. The function of this particular beautiful structure is filtering all the unwanted ingredients of heavy metals to toxins. It has to throw it out. If the molecules are bigger size, like the heavy metals, what will happen? It will go stuck. The filtration system gets stuck. If the filtration system gets stuck, how your kidney is going to function? Kidney is not going to tap your brain and tell you, look, hey, look, I'm having some problem. You better change. No doubt your body will give a signal of thirst. You want to drink water. But what's happening? You're so busy in life. Either you're in a meeting or you're driving or you're doing something and you're totally engrossed in it. Now, when you are like that, what will happen? Definitely it will have a problem. Now, this is on one side of the situation where I'm talking from the pendulum side, less of water you're drinking. But on the other side, you're a crazy person. You think that you are a health freak and you want to drink more water. We do have people like that. Now, what happens? Definitely when you're drinking more water, what will happen? What your body needs, it has to accept that amount only. If you are exceeding that limit, what happens? Definitely it can affect the kidney function, it can affect your lung function, it can affect your cardiac function. Haven't you seen many times as you go to the doctor and you feel difficulty in breathing, the doctors will say, hey, there's a lot of water in your lungs, so you have to drink less of water. On the other side, you go to a cardiologist and then he says, and then you are having a cardiac failure, means heart is not able to fully functional. That means your cardiac function is very less. So what the doctors will say, drink less water. On the other side, major problem, kidney failure cases, what happens? Doctor will say 500 ml of water is the one which you need to drink. Now, this is where you need to understand that by doing more also is a problem, by doing less also is a problem. So what is the best solution you have right now? The best solution would be is you must understand that everything in life needs to be what? What is that? Balance. Very important. Now, this is something it's not a new theory or a concept I'm talking to you. It's, it pretty well. The reason is, only thing is you have not actively thought of it. You go to a shop and you buy something. What happens? When there is a weighing scale, definitely there is a plus, or the weight has been put on one side, on the other side is your product. Now, how many of you will accept the product if the weight is on the lower side and your whatever product you're buying is still on the higher side? You think you will accept it? You will say, hey, no, 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 put another vegetable or whatever you're buying, put another, so that it is in balance. Correct? But how many of you would have, in the same situation, the weight goes up, whereas your product goes totally down? That means there is extra product inside this. Have you ever told the shopkeeper, hey, no, 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 you have to give me a balanced thing, you better take one? 99.99% of us, 19, why I would say most of the time 100%, we all will accept, hey, anything more, I have no problem, please give me one tomato extra, one carrot extra, or whatever the product extra. Especially imagine if it is a gold, you get 1 gram extra, means of course you will accept, but anything 1 gram less you will not accept, but you will accept if it is a balance. This is a human nature. We don't deny that. But the same thing when you look at in the animal kingdom, the animals don't do that. Anything extra they have, they just leave it. They do not do anything. For example, if a lion or a tiger, eats a prey, it will eat how much it wants. That's it. It will not take the flesh or the extra food what it already got on its own, take it and put it in a fridge and then eat it later next day or after 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It will not do that. It just leave the carcass and then moves away. That's what an animal kingdom, everybody does that. But human beings are the only one. We live an imbalanced life. And at the end of the day, we want everything in the right manner. It should be balanced. We need to have the right money. We need to have the right good health, everything we want. but what efforts have you put? Every thought, every actions, what you do in your life plays a very important role for you to move forward in life. So in that way, balance of the water also is very, very important. Now, when you look at this particular thing, it's a very simple thing. The pendulum goes left and right, left and right, left and right, right? So the life moment also will be like a pendulum. Yes. Now, in that way, if you look at our water, we all know that water is an important element for our body to move forward. It is very, very important. Now, but if you think that just by drinking water, everything is going to solve, because this is what I'm receiving a lot of calls where people say, Doctor, I have advised this one, I have advised this one. What is the final situation of this one? See, it is good that we are going to drink water, terahertz water. Yes, we are drinking. But if just the water alone, I think recently also I was telling one particular person, if terahertz water is the only solution for your whole health issues and everything, everybody right now is only bothered about the health issue. Now, do you think that we all will run the hospitals down here? We all have to shut down the hospital and just give terahertz water to everybody and say, come on, Lord, drink this water. Your diseases are cured. Everything is cleared. Yes or no? Yes, this is what should happen. But do you think it will happen? No. There are so many new hospitals popping up. There are so many new diseases popping up. It is not that just because we are going to drink terahertz water that in your life you will never have any problems in life, you will never face any situations in life, or you will never face any disease in life. You will go through, because this human body is a machine like. Definitely it has got a wear and tear. Definitely it has got a lifetime. Definitely its warranty period is until you die. You will live, that's it. But it will go through the aging process. How much ever you can talk about anti-aging, you can talk about multivitamins taking, and then you can talk about the NMN, the vitamin pop it in, and then you feel that you want to become young. Yes, all can be done. How long can you do? You can't even reach 100 years. Forget about living longer than that. But those days, millions of years ago, people were living for a very long time. 500 years, 800 years was not at all a problem. That was the time when they had a healthy attitude, healthy living condition. Today we have everything in hand, but still we don't have health in our hand. Why? Because it's in a holistic, we don't have a balanced lifestyle, and we do not have a holistic approach towards anything. Ours is specific. If you're talking about diabetes, people are just bothered about only diabetes. That is it. You mean to say just diabetes is only a disease inside your body? No other problem, is it? There are so many issues which you need to look into in your body. Only when you correct all those, everything starts falling in place. It is not just for diabetics, you're going to take some medication and your diabetes doesn't go away just by taking a medication. It will never go. Until you die, you will have it. But if you're going to look at the situation of your body, forget the diabetes, look at the body as a holistic approach. It's a total machine. Now you have to look at where all you have problems, and then you start correcting it. Because this is what most of the time human beings or the people do not understand or fail to understand is, when you are going to a hospital for a particular disease, of course the doctor is so beautiful that they would definitely be happy to treat you for that particular disease. Yes, but how are you going to prevent the complication, what you're going to get out of the disease? It is you who have to take the responsibility. For the doctor, what he can do, he's only putting you on a treatment, and every 3 months he will see you. Okay, if your sugar level is fantastic, he says, okay, fantastic, continue the medicine. But at the end of the day, after 5 years, what will happen? Your vision will be less. Then you go and say, hey, come on, you go and see the eye doctor. Eye doctor will say, yeah, it is something called retinopathy. The moment they put the pati in the diagnosis, that means they don't know what to do. But immediately they will ask you, do you have diabetes? You say very proudly, you say yes. The moment you say diabetes, then it is one of the complication of diabetes is retinopathy. Other than retinopathy, what will happen? Suddenly after 3-4 years, you get blood pressure. What will happen? Oh, you had diabetes. Then you will definitely have vascular issues. So automatically you'll have heart issues, automatically you have blood pressure. All this will. Now, why is that you didn't prevent the blood pressure coming to you? The moment you have diabetes, you should have prevented it further going into complication. Now, this is where you need to have a very, very balanced. What kind of food are you eating? The moment I say people, you need to do exercise for minimum of 45 minutes to 1 hour, especially the youngsters. The moment what they will say, sorry, doctor, no. Even yesterday, a young man, I think he was around 47 years. When I told him that you need to do exercise, how much he was scratching his brain to think, for the time allocation, because he says, I'm very busy, doctor. Then I bluntly, I told him, look, if your heart is going to speak to you and say, hey, look, I'm going to stop beating now, you and your this one, it's up to you, your boss and your job. I'm not bothered, because that money is not going to help me. What money you're earning, if it is not beneficial to me, why should I function? I will just stop beating. That's it. You do whatever you want. Now, what will happen? The moment it stops breathing, finish, you're a dead body. That's it. The moment you're a dead body, what is the point? You can't go up the sky and then say, "Yo, I'm dead now. What can I do? My work lazy, my family nothing." You cannot even open your mouth, because the moment your mouth is zipped permanently, that is it. Now, do you want to? Do you want to really live on planet Earth? Have a balanced lifestyle. You cannot be totally like a mad fellow working 24 workaholic. Do not. Nobody is going to give you a Dato title or a Datin title because you're a workaholic. A time will come, the company will throw you out and take another person. This is a reality. But just think of this beautiful body. It has appointed you to take care of it. It has appointed you to take care of it in, like, probably the food habits, water drinking, then your nutrition, everything. It trusts you that you're going to take care of the body. But have you ever thought of it? You never even think of it. It has given such a beautiful responsibility that you are the boss. It says, hey, please take care of me. But none of us will have even spare the time, and none of us have even this is another situation I normally ask patients when they come. I'll ask them, hey, how much of money can you donate for your body, the temple? How much of money can you donate? Invariably, they all will be earning quite a good handsome salary, but shamelessly these people will be telling, doctor, per month I can spare 100 ringgits, 200 ringgits. Until today, I've never, very rarely I see a person, hey doc, tell, I have no problem. For this temple, I will spend this money. I have no issues at all. Nobody will tell. The reason is our mindset is like that. We all think that anything other than this body you want to do. You want to have a big house, you want to have a big car, you want to have everything lavishly. But for this beautiful body, you do not want to spare some time. Give what it needs, what your body is asking. It's asking for a little bit of, clean, good water, and then your food, all these little only. It is not asking for a big deal. So you need to have a very, very balanced lifestyle, and a holistic approach is the key for you to move forward. Now, at the end of the day, as I said, it's like the pendulum. Something has to go in, something has to come out. It has to do the job, right? Now, in that way, water plays such a beautiful function of this, our body. It carries all the nutrients inside the cell. Okay. Now it carries the oxygen, and it helps to regulate the body. It helps to moisten there are multifunctions which the water can do. But one of the most beautiful benefit is it has to remove the toxins from the cells. That means the waste products. It has to remove it and throw it out. So what I always say is, what goes in must come out. This is something which every one of us should understand, that there is nothing like a permanent thing or a permanent happiness or a permanent unhappiness. Everything has to change. That is what is a pendulum, which is what is teaching us is, it is a swing from one side to another side. So only things, how do you enjoy the swing? Are you enjoying the swing of life? Even during the COVID time, are you enjoying no money? Are you enjoying, or a lot of money? Are you enjoying? It's the same. So when you have a balanced journey of life, everything starts falling in place. But to start everything, we all need to understand that we need to work from the cellular level. That means at the epigenetic level, we work from there and slowly build up. If you have not done anything for your body at the cellular level, let me tell you, nothing is going to change. You will have your diseases, and you will have all the. So if any of you down there today, if you are a healthy person and you do not have any diseases as of today, praise the Lord, you are doing a great job. But if you do have some issues and problems, it does mean that there has been some lacunae in your journey of life and you're facing it. It's okay. What you need to do, change. Can you do something better? Acquire some extra knowledge as to how to handle the situation. You don't have to get concerned too much about a situation. After drinking the water, you may not see some benefits. There are a lot of people out there, they would have drank the water for a very long time, but they don't see any benefit. Now, how are you going to change? You cannot go and change that particular person's perception or how the body is going to function inside after drinking the water. Nobody can do. It's only an automatic machine. It goes inside, it will do its job. In that way, every one of us have our own individual mechanism of working pattern. Each of us will have our own pendulum going left and right. Each one of us will have our own, you can call it as karmas, the way it has been done. It's individual, but at the end of the day, we still can create some positive karmas or a positive balance. Karma is basically a positive or a negative balance. That's it. If you can do something good, you will get back good. It's very beautifully said. What good you do comes back to you, but what bad you do stays back with you. Now this is something very beautiful. It stays back with you. Now whether you're thinking bad or whether you're thinking negative about a situation or whether you're thinking negative about any other person, the bad thing will stay back with you only. Now out there in this beautiful group, everyone, there are a lot of beautiful souls who will be probably donating water and doing a lot of good service, and a lot of fantastic unconditional services you will be doing. Let me guarantee you, it will come back to you in a good form. The blessings will come back in multifold. This is a law of nature. Whether you like it or not, it's a law of nature. But at the same time, intentionally or unintentionally, you do something wrong to anybody else other than you, please remember that it comes back to you, because it stays with you only, right? Now, only thing is you will be thinking that I'm doing only good thing in life, but why am I getting the bad things in life or the unfavorable things in life? There is no law where you do a good thing and you will get back bad thing. There is no law like that. You do good, you will get back good. But the wisdom of doing good is something different. There is a lot of difference. So the wisdom of goodness, what you do, has to be very clear, very positive, in such a way that it is unconditional. The moment you put a condition to whatever good you do, automatically there is some hidden agendas, hidden motives in you. That is the reason what happens. The universe will say, okay, your plan is something like this, I will give you something else. But the moment you do start doing unconditionally everything, the whole universe will start blessing you, and you will be living in abundance. See, living in abundance doesn't mean that you're going to live in a posh 6-bedroom bungalow, or a huge bed where you sleep, or maybe a fleet of cars. It's not, that is not abundance. Abundance is basically within you, and this beautiful temple, this beautiful body lives. Every cell inside your body, the 50 trillion cells, is so happy that it is functioning like a beautiful divine light. What happens? Everything is so beautiful. That means you stay healthy, you live healthy, your thoughts are positive. When everything starts falling positive, your life becomes so beautiful. This is what we all need to. The abundance should be made in every cell of your body. And definitely when one cell is in abundant, imagine the 50 trillion cells which will be in abundant. So what deficiency you will have in life? Absolutely nothing. So saying that, what happens? This is a very simple thing you need to understand. Cells, of course, can you believe how much of water is there in the whole body cells? Is almost 25 liters. The total, how many liters of water is there in your body? It's around 42. So when you look at, there is a lot of 70% of water, and the 30% is all the other parts of your body. But hydration plays a very important and crucial in your bodily function. Hydration is important. Without food you can live, but without water you cannot, because the moment water goes down, your kidney starts failing. The moment kidney starts failing, all the other, it's all a reverse program. You just imagine a person who has a kidney issue, 100% he will have a liver issue. 100% he has a liver issue, automatically you go reverse up there is a heart. He will have a heart issue. Then you will have a lung issue. Then slowly it will go up the brain issue. It's something very beautifully it will happen. It is all at the, every organ has its own way of functioning. So you need to understand that you have under water. That means lower hydration is also no good. You overhydrate also is no good. Dehydration is no good. Overhydration is also no good. You will definitely have a lot of problems because of overhydration also. Now, that is when this beautiful company, what it did, okay, let us do something, because the benefits, when you're looking at at the end of the day, we all need to understand that everything has its own good properties. So you need to balance it. Whether you want to handle it in the way it has to be, you have to understand that This technology is for today. Yes, it is available, but maybe in the future there might be some more another different technology will come. How many of you thought that in 2000 you will get a terahertz technology in 2021? Nobody thought of it. We were all busy, buying the mobile phones, especially the Nokia. Last time with a small LCD screen, we used to use that phone. But slowly what happened, then the PDAs came in. Then after that, slowly the Androids pumped inside. Sometime after 2005, it starts to penetrating. So that means the technology is being advanced. It is going on. So today we have this. Tomorrow we do not know. We may have something better, but how much ever better, how much you want to, for example, the best example I can give you is now we have 7.6 hertz frequency of this water, and it can penetrate. Now imagine another company will come down and say, hey, okay, now we are preparing another water, the frequency is 7.3. What difference does it make? Ultimately it's 7.6, 7.3, but they will have their own advertising way of doing things for their particular product, and they'll say they'll have their own, because as I told you, like a pendulum, everything has a swing left and right, it will be there. So even the same terahertz technology, it will change as we go on. Now when you're talking about this resonated water, definitely it has got some very good properties. When I look at the properties like the antibacterial, antiviral, when you have so many good qualities of this water, if another company is going to come with a lesser frequency, and of course this quality will be there, maybe they can say the viscosity of the water from 680, maybe they will have 780. But so what, at the end of the day, viscosity is good enough for it to enter into your body. So saying that, what happens is we need to come to a common understanding, that balance ourselves, that the moment of the pendulum will be there. That means there will be terahertz technology moving forward with some more new technological advances. Maybe later on they can come with something like a pen, just hold a pen, terahertz technology, put it on the glass of water, within 1 second it will terahertz it. We do not know. It can be, so you don't need a bigger device. It's something like that. It will be, terahertz in your pocket. Probably it will come. Now when you're looking at all this, for what you need to understand is there are a lot of good properties, good benefits when you're drinking this water. Try it out. See, always I will use the word try it out, because without you trying, how you know whether your body is going to accept it or not? We do not know. You should give it a try. So when you're giving a try to your body, definitely you will see if it is a positive benefit, it's good for you. You'll be very happy sharing it with everybody. But if there is something, probably you didn't see the benefit immediately, or probably things went a little wrong while you're drinking this water. Yes, it can happen. It is, we do not, because why for me it is much more easier to say is because I have seen people allergic to tablet Panadol. I have seen people allergic to even steroids. Steroids are normally given for allergies. Imagine a person is allergic to steroid itself, and what medicine are you going to give? He cannot take any medicine because his body is manufactured like that. So there are situations where it is individualized. So it is an individual clock, just like the grandfather clock. It is your life, your pendulum. So you need to balance it, and you need to give it a try for you to understand. Of course, we have all the certification from the company. They have taken everything, and the safety profile or whatever we are looking forward, it is already there. Now, when you're looking at, you all should understand that normally when the water molecules is in the cluster form, it is difficult to penetrate. When it is in a linear form, so what is the advantage of being a linear? The penetration is much more easier. So when you resonate the water, the low frequency water, especially with our terahertz technology, what happens? It all stand in one line, and then it can penetrate in easily. So the device emits 0.96 terahertz. The molecular width of the water molecule is 2 nanometers, and the frequency of the water is 7.6 hertz. It's not terahertz, 7.6 hertz. This information, if you can pick it up rightly, and then when you start sharing it, it will be more easier. Now, what are the benefits of drinking this water? Is, of course, easy absorption, easy removal of toxic materials from there, better hydration, better absorption of nutrients. It's always there. So when you do this, what will happen? You'll have a better healthy cells, better cellular function, better control of disease, and illness to wellness. Definitely, yes. When you look at the on the top there, living cells resonate between 0.3 to 13 hertz. So what is our water frequency? 7.6. So it's all within the range. So there are a lot of good things you need to see. Whatever information I am giving, please understand that you also need to go and read about it. Blindly do not ask me questions where, because I can't be teaching like a class here down, what is a detail. Like for example, if you're talking about the brain cells, 0.3 to 30 hertz, go and read about it. Type the word, brain waves in the Google. There will be a lot of information. Go read about it. Now, once you read, then you will understand what we are talking. The moment we are talking about brain waves, you will be thinking, doctor is talking about 7.6 hertz, and how is it connected to this brain waves? Let me tell you, everything on this universe is working at a frequency. Everything. If it is a frequency of range within 1 to 1, it will communicate. If there is no 1 to 1, it won't communicate. That's it. But for that, everything has a particular specific working pattern. For example, if you're having a 016, that means that particular DG. If you're having 012, it has a specific frequency, but of course it's a different frequency, but the number is something which this company will connect to the towers of Maxis or DG, and then communicate and send the waves. So automatically it gets communicated and you're able to receive and send calls. So when a mobile phone of different numbers can do that, why can't your cells can do it? Your cells also can do the same beautiful job. It knows the towers and it knows what to do. Your job is to just, once you acquire the knowledge, it's good for you, but at the end of the day, your body does its own work. It knows what to do. It is an automated machine. How many of you, while sleeping, would where before going to sleep, how many of you know that how your heart is functioning, how your brain is functioning, how your kidney is functioning? You don't even know you're sleeping, but you're breathing, your heart is beating, and every cells inside are taking in the oxygen and throwing out. And especially the night time when you're sleeping, there are a lot of organs doing their job of detoxification. Now, are you a person who is handling all that? Did you put it in an automatic machine and down there and then say, okay, fine, now I'm going to do all this? No, isn't it? You have such a beautiful body, so you better take care of it. Is very, very important. And then of course, the simplest thing what this company has done is using a power bank. Everything is, I'm not going to go into details. Of course, there's a lot of advantages. It can be boiled, it has put under pressure, but better to keep it in a glass container. And then of course, the quality, everything has been done. There are a lot of good things has been done by the product. What you need to avoid is, do not put on metal containers, exposing, especially putting in your car and then exposing it to hot sunlight. Definitely is not a good thing for you. And especially if you're going to give it to someone, a person or a patient, please be careful, keep it in a cool place, and then as soon as possible, deliver it off. Do not keep in your car going around and round and round in a hot sunny day, and then finally you go and deliver. We wouldn't know the efficacy of the water, whether it will be there. So please be prepare it fresh and then give it to the people, and then be very careful and using low grade plastic materials, very, very important. And that's where the jug plays a very important role. Use the jug for terahertzing and then transfer it to a bottle. Definitely it is good for you. And of course we have something called the live blood hydration test, and I did see it for the first time by Eddie, and I was amazed to see the way after drinking the water, it changes the whole situation. And it is, these are all something, because every, we are all so used to that, we need to see with our eyes, then only we believe in it. So what's my final message to every one of you down there is, life is a journey. It's like the clock, it is a journey, and pendulum is your moment of life. It is left and right, it will be going, but wherever you go, whether you go left or right, it doesn't matter, but be in the center like a balanced uh, key, wherein you be neutral. So that what I wish to say is, be neutral all the time, so that when you go to happiness, it's good, enjoy the happiness, but you have to still come back to the neutral state. And sometimes of course there might be some information which is very unfavorable for you, so it will be on the left side where it goes on unfavorable, but you can't be holding on to it, you still have to come back to neutral. So saying this, we all have to definitely live this journey, and I'm so happy that in this journey of life, I'm able to meet every one of you on this platform through the terahertz, where George plays a very important role, then the company directors down there, and there are a lot of beautiful souls who are putting a day in and out, in doing this, sharing this information to the people. So I'm very happy that I'm walking through this, and the most beautiful, I'm very happy to let you know is, I can see this beautiful 150 plus souls down here every Saturday waiting for this particular information what I am sharing, and I think this is the most beautiful blessing I can get from every one of you, and this takes me a long way for me to move forward to share everything to you, and I'm here to assist you in every part of your journey. But at the end of the day, there's one message I need to convey to you, that this is not a medical device. So very important from medical perspective is, especially when you're delivering this water, to do not claim and proclaim that it is something to do with the diseases. Be careful. The reason is because when you do not have a proper clinical trials, we will not be able to claim the thing. But let me tell you, I have more than thousands of testimonies out there where people have been benefited by drinking this water, and being healthy is something which I think every one of us are looking at. But at the end of the day, it is a balance of life we need to work on, and you need to read more about it. You need to pick up information, because there are thousands of diseases out there, and everybody is looking at, you will have a particular disease and immediately you will think, connect the terahertz water and think, how can you get the benefit? Now, instead of connecting diseases to the terrace, I would say your living existence need to be connected to the drinking water. Your drinking water is for existence. It's not for treating a disease. You need to live here to, drink water to live here. That is a very important function. As you're doing that, you can live a very beautiful life, have a fantastic balanced lifetime. So until I meet you again, thank you very much, and I wish you all a fantastic week. Until I come up with a new topic, I don't even know what I will be coming back. Thank you very much, and then we will get back to you again. Thank you.